Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. You will notice I'm not in the studio today. I'm actually in a boiling hot hotel room down in Bournemouth, down in my kids today. Big them up. It is baking down there, trust me. Really lovely weather over here in the UK. Unfortunately, we got some bad news yesterday regarding Arsenal. Arsenal, as we know, was supposed to be going over to Florida to take on Everton and also Inter Milan in the Florida Cup. That has been cancelled due to a small number of COVID cases that appeared in the Arsenal camp. At the moment, they're saying it's not players, but representatives and people like that, people around the camp, and they've had to cancel that tour. Really gutted for all the fans over there in America who would really have been looking forward to that. Hope they all get refunds. There would have been people who would have, you know, planned flights and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I was thinking of, you know, going over there. I've been pondering on it for weeks now. And something inside of me was just saying, nah, this is just, it's just a bit risky. And now we've seen it just all fall apart. I was really surprised, actually, when Arsenal announced this tour, due to all what's been going on with COVID, because, you know, as we know, I'm not on about America right now. We're not on top of it at all over here in this country. And I was surprised. And, you know, I looked across all the teams at the moment, and the only teams that seem to be going that far abroad were Arsenal and Everton for the Florida Cup. Everybody else was playing in the UK. I think Liverpool playing in Europe, one game in Germany. So it was a surprise, but really disappointing for the fans over there in America that that's not going to be taking place. And also, what does it do for Arsenal's preparations for the new season? I'm sure they're going to try and line up some other friendlies over here in the UK. But moving on, we know that we still need players. Linked today, Arsenal, with Neto yet again. We've been getting linked with Neto, goalkeeper from Barcelona, now for, well, since the transfer window started, even since January last year, we were getting linked with this guy. We know this financial situation is absolutely dire at Barcelona, and they're looking to ship out loads of players, in particular players that are deemed as fringe players. We know that Neto comes into that category, doesn't get a lot of game time there. Available quite cheap as well. Arsenal, we know, need a goalkeeper, and they need a good backup goalkeeper. I mean, in both of the games so far that they've played in pre-seasons, they've been playing, you know, they're very young novice goalkeepers. So Neto yet again being linked with a move. Which goalkeeper Arsenal are going to go for is going to be really, really interesting to see. But Neto being linked with a move. What about James Maddison? Ever since AFC Bell came out and told us about this link, probably about a month ago, a lot of us as fans have been saying, yes, he would be perfect for that role in midfield. We know that the problem is it will be a very, very expensive deal to do. Leicester are not going to budge for anything small. And if we're going to get this deal done, we're going to have to put real big money down on the table. Or there could be another method to get him, which would be money on the table plus a couple of players. Now, there's suggestions today that Arsenal may be willing to offer Reiss Nelson and Ainsley Maitland-Niles as part of a deal to get James Maddison to Arsenal. Of course, it would be money plus either both of them or one of those two. Of course, these sort of deals always depend on the club. Leicester accepting that. You know what I mean? Are they going to be up for something like that? It's a suggestion that's been made today. It's something we're going to have to wait and see. This is going to be, if it happens, it's going to be a protracted deal. It's one of those deals that won't get done until near to the end of the transfer window, unless Arsenal get really serious and just put the money down on the table and just say, here, we want Maddison. What are you saying? You know, it's one of those. And at the moment, there's no, you know, deal down. A lot of this is speculation. But certainly, you know, would Leicester need a Maitland-Niles? Would they need a Reiss Nelson? Not really. When you look at the sort of players they've got. But it's one of the suggestions being made today. Of course, we know with Manuel Locatelli, this one again has been going on for quite a long time. We know we need a defensive midfielder. We know that Granit Xhaka's on the verge of leaving Arsenal to join Roma. Now, yeah, again, another one of these deals where players are being thrown in. This time, the reports are that Juventus have offered £25 million plus the young midfielder Nicola Fagioli as part of a deal to get Manuel Locatelli from Sassuolo. They've rejected that deal, and apparently his agent came out. This is Fagioli's agent. He came out and he said, "Listen, you know, the new manager wants to look at Fagioli. He's not looking to sell him. Fagioli doesn't want to leave as part of any deal. He wants to stay at Juventus." And that he also, which was also very interesting, he also came out and said that Arsenal have definitely put £34 million on the table to sign Locatelli. So that's what his agent came out and said. So it does look like that Arsenal, and we've heard this many a time throughout the window, this is a serious bid by Arsenal. They want Locatelli if it can get done. If they can get that deal done, they are going to get that deal done, and they will try and get Manuel Locatelli across the line. The money is there. They bid that money to Sassuolo. It's now been confirmed twice. The CEO came out of Sassuolo and said, yes, Arsenal put £34 million in, but we're waiting to hear from Juventus. Now this being confirmed by this guy's agent who plays for Juventus. Whew, we're going to have to wait and see how this one develops out. Will Arsenal try to hang in there and see if they can get their man Locatelli, or will they move for somebody else? Could that somebody else be Jordan Henderson? Yes, this one coming out today. Lots of reports flying around today in various media outlets saying that Arsenal are the favourites to sign Jordan Henderson, the captain of Liverpool. Now, the reason why this is even being talked about is that Jordan Henderson is currently in a bit of a battle with Liverpool over a new contract. The new contract has not yet been signed. He's looking for a contract extension. I think he's got just around about 2 years left on his current deal. He's still sort of in talks with Liverpool, but those talks don't seem to be going too good. And he's being heavily linked with a move away. Now, transfer market value at around about £18 million. We know he's a very, very experienced player. Sort of player that, if he did come to an Arsenal, he'd bring a lot of leadership qualities. That's what is required at Arsenal right now, something that's lacking in abundance. You speak to Liverpool fans, they'll say to you, you know, well, all right, maybe not the greatest player at Liverpool, but probably one of the most important players at Liverpool, due to that fact that it's just the leadership qualities that he brings to that midfield, he brings to that team, that experience. And that is something that, you know, if Arsenal sell Granit Xhaka, that is something that they're going to miss out in abundance. So Jordan Henderson in that midfield next to a Lokonga and people like that would bring a lot of experience. Arsenal, the favourites to sign him, I just see this a lot of paper talk and speculation where newspapers are putting one and one together. No, sorry, the phrase is two and two together, isn't it? Two and two together, right? And they're just sort of saying to themselves, yeah, you know what, Arsenal need a midfielder. Xhaka might be going. Henderson's got problems with his contract. Yeah, Arsenal are favourites to sign him. There's nothing behind it yet saying that Arsenal are even interested in Jordan Henderson. Would they be interested if he came up for grabs? I'm sure there'd be a lot of clubs, but let's see how that one develops out. But Jordan Henderson at the moment, yeah, I mean, he could even be put out there by his agent to get that new deal sorted out. We know these things happen as well. So let's see how that one develops out. And then finally, Tammy Abraham. So we've been talking about this one a lot as well. Tammy Abraham's again being linked with Arsenal today. Now, the talk on this one is that Chelsea might be willing to loan him to Arsenal with an obligation to buy, right? So meaning that Arsenal wouldn't have to stump up any money up front, a loan deal with an obligation to buy at the end, the obligation of, you know, there's been reports of an obligation of up to £40 million. I don't think Arsenal would go for that. But a loan deal with, say, a smaller obligation at the end of it, That may be something tempting to Arsenal, particularly if they could move on Lacazette. Again, we're going to have to keep our eyes on this one because the Tammy Abraham rumours are not going away. He's been linked with a load of clubs as well. Let's not forget that. But he continually comes up getting linked with Arsenal, and that's the talk today. Maybe a loan with an obligation to buy. So still lots of transfer rumours out there. Once again, commiserations to all those fans over there in the States. Arsenal not travelling out there. We'll keep an eye to see where they're going to be playing their friendlies now that those two have been cancelled. And yeah, listen, have yourself a great day. I'm burning up in this room. No air conditioning over here, but it's all good. Thanks for watching the show. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the guys tonight. They'll be back with AFTV News Daily at 6 o'clock, debating all the big stories of today. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe.